back to the bonus episode, and we are joined again by Isabelle from the Zita West team today. Isabelle, thinking about IVF and stims then, what should someone be considering from a nutritional and supplement perspective when they are, starting IVF and going through that stims process?
So with IVF, obviously, the aim is to stimulate your ovaries to mature as many present follicles as possible. So normally on a normal month, you ovulate with one egg, which with IVF isn't ideal. So the aim is to ovulate with several eggs. So automatically your nutritional requirements are exaggerated because your protein requirements go up considerably because protein provides the building blocks for growth. So essentially your
Hmm.
ovaries are at the gym. And what happens when you go to the gym? You have to take protein, don't you, to build up your muscles. So the same thing is going on in your ovaries. Your protein requirements go up in order to help feed and mature the eggs. So that's one thing. And
Yeah.
whilst that is happening, because eggs are also they are casings for strands of DNA, and DNA requires folate, B12, B6, vitamin D, zinc, selenium. It requires a load of nutrients. So your micronutrient requirements are also higher because suddenly you're ovulating with 10 to 15 eggs, depending on
Mm.
your follicle count. So a nutrient dense diet, I think, is really important. So, really concentrating on a higher protein, but really ditching any foods that may not be relevant in those few weeks, that are really nutrient rich foods, nuts and seeds, dark green leafy veg, or all of those types of things. And blood flow becomes very important. So I often recommend beetroot juice. And in fact, there has been, I think, a study
Mm.
to show that beetroot juice, watermelon, which contains L-citrulline, which is a very good for blood flow, and potentially ginger, which is anti-inflammatory and also good for blood flow, has been found to potentially improve, blood flow to the uterus. So, but also blood flow to the ovaries. And obviously, the better the blood
Mm.
flow, the better the nutrient flow.
Yeah.
But from a supplemental perspective, obviously you would continue with your multivitamins, the vitamin D, the omega-3, depending on your age. If you've got additional antioxidant support, if your egg quality may be more in question, then I would be adding extra antioxidants. But so particularly, I would be adding coenzyme Q10. So if you're not already taking coenzyme Q10, it would be a good idea to start that, well, before you get to IVF. And this would go
Mm.
whether you're 25 or 45. At 45, you're looking at it really to support mitochondrial health and egg quality. Your requirements are high. You want to take it in the active form of ubiquinol because you will absorb it much more efficiently. But if you're 25, even though your egg quality may not be in question, you might be going for IVF because you've had your tubes removed and you've got no other choice. You've probably got a higher follicle count at that age. The egg is the
Mm.
largest single cell in the female body. So in order to mature an egg, you need a lot of energy. And CoQ10 is
Mm.
also, and as well as being a potent antioxidant, it is an energy provider. It's part of the energy production process. So it increases your energy potential. And so it's really beneficial to add in coenzyme Q10 in order to help with the
Mm.
egg quality, but also with the maturation of the egg.
Yeah.
That's a
Which
good
is so
one.
important. And there's a female IVF foundation pack on Zeta West, isn't there? It's like a little pack
Yeah,
if you're about to start.
it's
Mm.
a really nice one, and I often recommend that one. So we've got the Ultimate IVF Support Pack, which is a bit the kitchen sink, all singing, all dancing,
Yeah.
particularly would be recommended for, I'm guessing, maybe slightly older women or women who've had some failed IVFs or things where they really want to throw. It's rich in antioxidants. It's got
Yeah.
sort of all sorts of things in it to support egg quality and maturation. The foundation IVF is again a more basic one. It's got the basics of the multivitamin, the omega-3, vitamin D if you need it. And also we
Yeah.
always put, as I think I mentioned in a previous episode, we always put a probiotic femsieve in
Mm.
order to support the vaginal microbiome. Not only is that important from an implantation perspective, but it also, if your microbiome is impaired, it can be linked with increased inflammation, and that can
Mm.
negatively impact egg quality. So there
Yeah.
is a connection also with the quality of the egg, which is why it's important. But the other thing in the foundation pack is the ubiquinol, which is our active
Mm.
coenzyme Q10. And so that would be for people who are maybe going through IVF, who are taking all their things that egg quality might not be particularly in question. It could be somebody who's fertility isn't in question, but it's male factor, or they're going through egg freezing, or um,
Yeah.
creating embryos with a donor, and although your fertility may not be in question, it is really important still to support it with, I think supplements are actually a must during an IVF. I just think you need
Mm.
the addition. The diet is all important, but the supplements, your body has got so many more demands on it. There's a greater burden. You need to give it all the help it can get.
It's a
Yeah.
boost, an extra boost, which you need.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Mm.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Isabel. If you would like to book your free fertility product consultation, head to zitawest.com/book. And if you do purchase anything from Zita West on the website, remember code FDP10, that's FDP10, will get you 10% off site-wide. Terms and conditions in the show notes. Okay, should we do another dilemma then?
Yeah.
This is very fitting, so this is why we've put it in this
Oh.
week's one. I've been offered my dream promotion, but it involves a lot of travel. I've been waiting for this moment for years, but I'm 32 now and my partner and I have been trying for a baby for 3 years. And long story short, we will need IVF. Do I delay fertility treatment or risk turning down an opportunity I've worked years for? The experience would be amazing, but I just don't know how to make it all work.
Ooh,
Well, one of our friends recently got her dream promotion. I think she was pregnant. I don't think.
Oh,
I think she
yes.
just found out she was pregnant. And she went for a massive promotion and she got
Mm.
it. Don't think there's much travel involved potentially. But she got better maternity conditions because obviously she's on a higher salary.
Yeah. Did they know she was pregnant when she applied for promotion?
No, because again, like we said on the main episode, you're
Yeah,
not
I
in your
couldn't
rights to
remember.
disclose it. I think it was
Yeah.
very, very early as well, like before 12
Yeah.
weeks. So you wouldn't be telling
Yeah.
anyone anyway, probably. Um, Again, this is the like fertility privilege when you don't have to tell anyone till 12 weeks because you haven't gone through IVF to have to tell them in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's two, like the travel is probably, thing is though, when you're pregnant, you can scale down the travel because you're protected under pregnancy characteristics, if it's negatively impacting you,
Yeah.
and then cross that bridge when the baby's born. But if it's going to take you a while to do the IVF, get pregnant, you're probably talking like 6-9 months. You've obviously
I
gone for the promotion as well, I'm guessing. So you
Yeah.
applied for it. So you might have already had some of this thought, but like then you're going to be pregnant for 9 months. That's like 18 months down the line potentially that this is going to be, and then you have maternity for another 9 months. This is like 2 years down the line
Yeah, you just
that
don't
this
know
is
what's gonna
actually going to become a
happen.
problem, and then actually the job might look completely different by then. So
Mm.
I think go for it.
I'd go for it.
And again, travel, as long as do your company have a fertility policy, will you be able to manage IVF in amongst the travel that you've got? That's probably a key consideration. But, if not, is there any annual leave you can take? Is there a way you can factor it in? Try and work out that, I think, before you confirm if that might be. I
Yeah.
mean, it'd probably be
But
very rare for that to be an issue, though, surely.
but also, what's the worst that can happen? Say you take it and then you decide, like, surely, like,
Well,
6
what if
months
she's
down the
away all
line.
the time and then they say that there's no fertility policy and they struggle to give her time off for appointments to do the IVF?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's
You
very
have to
far-fetched, surely.
Yeah, exactly, and surely they would that's the stuff you've maybe gotta look at then before and
Yeah, I think so.
make your decision so you've got, like, all of the
Yeah.
information at in your hands so you know what to do.
Just because you're a woman and you want a baby, you don't need to put your life on pause. And then, God forbid, it takes a bit longer. You'll regret not
Yeah,
going
and then
for
you
it.
regret it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I
So
think
I think
just
go
take
for it.
it. And I think it's come to you for I know we're being proper woo-woo at the moment, but like it's come to you.
Yeah.
Pope Portia speaking, it's come to you at the right time, my child.
I love Poke Portia.
Yeah, so I say go for it, and I say go on, boss bitch, for getting your dream
Yeah.
promotion. You're 32, you've got a whole life ahead of you, and you're smashing it. And also, if you do the IVF, even if you just get the embryos and delay the transfer, get those embryos banked as soon as you can.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
exactly, and then you can pop them in the freezer if you're lucky, and then
Yeah,
you've got a bit more of, insurance.
yeah. Put them in the freezer and leave
So,
them there like me.
yeah. Yeah. With
Doing
my
absolutely
sperm.
nothing
My
with
sperm.
them.
With Tony's
Your
sperm.
sperm. But anyway, well done. We're proud of you.
Yes, we are. That's really good getting that promotion, so
Okay.
keep us posted. Well,
Please
thank
do.
you, and we will see you on Tuesday for our main episode. Please remember, if you can, to like and subscribe.
Take
And if you
seconds.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Like I do like and subscribe all my favorite podcasts.
Also, you
So
don't need
it's
to
good.
log in to write a review.
No,
on
you don't,
Apple
do you?
Podcast. You just no, so you can just do it.
Yeah,
And
because
you can
I've
write an
written
anonymous
reviews
name if you
before.
want.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
written reviews for other podcasts, and you don't even need to write a review. You could just do a nice 5 stars because it just like bumps us up if if you're
Yeah,
enjoying it and
please do.
stuff. So, and we appreciate it. But yeah, thank you
See you
very
next
much.
week.
Bye.
Bye.